What I was saying is that literally minutes ago, I was setting up my sensor for my smart light, for my hue lights, and it's a sensor so that when you walk by, it automatically turns on, whatever light you set it in that room. It's pretty cool. It actually works, and then you set up the times that you want the light to look a certain way, and then like at nighttime you make it look another way, and it just works, and it covers a kind of a broad spectrum, so it's actually very nice. But what's going on, everybody? I was saying everyone's name, so I'll start that over since nobody heard me say their names. What's up, GTA? Thanks for joining the show. Mr. Cunin, who's also a Patreon supporter. Thank you for joining us. Liana, the Duke, Junior Chucks, Cunin, El Tiny. I like that. What's up, Android Lover? Charlie, Mr. Charlie. So anyways, welcome to the show, guys. Here to talk tech. If you guys want to talk tech, all you got to do is shoot me a text, 619-721-3699 to be on the show. Very simple, very easy, and I give you a call. And that's pretty much it. I can hear you. They better refresh their PCs or close app and open back up. What? What up, Aaron from Houston, Texas? How's Houston, dude? Hopefully it's not too bad there. Hopefully that stuff is clear up. But yeah, so it's been it's crazy because this week has been, in terms of what we got for tech, it hasn't been that crazy. There's the LG V30 pretty much came out. I've seen some mixed reviews, especially with the screen. People talking, they don't like the screen because it's kind of messed up, and then like the backlighting's messed up. The Pixel phone's not out just yet, but will be in about a week. The Note 8's been out for a while now. And the iPhone 8, nothing to be excited about. But the iPhone 10, the pre-order will be in a couple of weeks, and then that phone will drop out sometime in November. So, yeah. What's up, Bong? Alexander, what's up from Boston, Mass? Alexander, I'm from Massachusetts, too. Originally, I was. I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts. Tap Boy and me. Yeah. I would like the action memo on my Note 8. I think they're bringing back the action memo. I'm surprised it actually isn't there. What's up, Craig? Yeah, if you guys want to be on the show, shoot me a text. 619-721-3699. I think we have... Is this it's GTA? GTA is always my first caller. Well, he sometimes is. Let's give him a call. All right. It's calling. That's good, Aaron.
Yo, Greggle.
What up, dude? How are you?
Oh, voice crack. Jeez. Hey, how you doing on this fine night, man?
I'm good, man. You sound so quiet. Let me turn my volume up. There you go. Talk. That's better. What's going on, man? How are you?
Let's talk about that.
How are you?
Yeah, going good. I'm doing good. Pretty good, I'd say. But yeah, so you want to hear my thoughts on that Pixel 2, boy?
Yeah, drop it, dude.
All right. Okay, so I was kind of following the leaks for a little bit, but of course, like the Pixel leaks were really inconsistent, a lot of weird stuff. But the only thing I don't understand is like I understand that the headphone jack, like it being gone, like that's the future and everything. And it's kind of weird how like a lot of people are completely divided about it. Like either they didn't mention it and didn't care, or they were like, this is an awful phone because it doesn't have a jack. And
yeah.
what are your thoughts on that, about it not having it?
I would like it to have it, but I don't really care because I don't use it. I've said it a million times. The only time I use it is in bed, and I barely use it then. So it's not a huge deal to me. And plus, it not having wireless charging, again, it's not really a big deal. It'd be nice if it had it. It'd be a good selling point, but I don't need it. It has everything I want for the most part. The camera's good. Yeah. It's fast. It gets timely updates. It has
that's a big thing.
Has water resistance, which I'm not going to be going swimming with it anyway in terms of like needing an extra couple feet to get even better water resistance. But it has the water resistance, and it's got a great screen. It's got front-facing speakers. It has everything most people probably want. Even people that complain about the stuff that it doesn't have, I guarantee they don't use that other stuff more than like a few times a year. So it's probably not even that a big deal for them in the long run. What about you? What do you think? What do you think about it not having a headphone jack and wireless charging and some of the other things that the Note has?
Well, I know you got me there. Well, I mean, as far as the headphone jack goes, like I was kind of mad about it at first, like not necessarily because it was gone, but because they made a big deal about it last year and everything.
Yeah.
Because it was a first generation product, it would have been very easy to not include it, and then we wouldn't worry about it. But considering that they had it, specifically advertised it, and then got rid of it, that kind of seems kind of odd to me.
Yeah.
Because like I know a lot of people are like, yeah, the Pixel's awesome because it has a headphone jack, and it's like that they literally only made one. Well, I guess if you count them as separate, two products that have it, and then all the future Pixels aren't going to have it. So, and as far as wireless charging goes, like, I like the design of the Pixel, like especially like I do actually kind of like that two-tone where the buttons were different colors. Some people didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my favorite has to be the Panda edition, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and. The only thing I don't like is that, like, they add the glass on the back, but then don't really add wire. Like, I understand, like, obviously it's on a small portion, but, like, Why would you have glass on the back at all if you're not going to do wireless charging? And Essential Phone's just as guilty about this.
Right.
And HTC U11, same thing. It's like, why would you put the glass there if you're not going to wirelessly charge? Like, I don't understand that.
Obviously, it's a design thing, and they didn't want to put the glass all the way down the phone.
Yeah, I know,
but
it just seems kind of cheap to me.
But I think
because like you have the glass there, but it doesn't do anything.
It'll be there. I guarantee. I guarantee it'll be there last year. And the reason I say that is because if you look at this year's Pixel and compare it to the iPhone that is out and coming out, it has almost all the same features. It has the camera has the same kind of portrait mode on the back and the front, even though I think the Pixels is going to be better because you don't have to have direct perfect lighting. What was the other things about it that it had? God, I'm drawing a blank right now. There was a few things that the new Pixel has that the iPhone already has. I mean, I know these phones are getting made at the same time, so it's not like they know every single feature that the iPhone's going to have, but it's not. I don't think it's coincidence that Google is copying Apple in a lot of areas, because I think they're trying to steal customers that want the Apple experience but on Android, so they can get customization. They have more control over their phone. I think that's the market that Google's going after, and I think it's very smart to do that, because a lot of iPhone people are getting bored of their iPhones, but they don't. The Samsung phones and the LG phones are a little bit too much. It has too many features, but they still want some of the features that the iPhone has, and I think Google's filling in that gap. And I really think this is going to be the first. Obviously, it's the second Pixel, but this Pixel I think is going to outsell the old Pixel by double, which is not saying a lot because the first Pixel supposedly only sold 1 million, but I still think it's going to double or maybe triple the sales of the original one.
I'm pretty sure pre-orders of the Pixel 2 alone have pretty much already gotten close to outmatching the Essential phone in its install base.
Oh, definitely, man. The Essential phone supposedly sold, 5,000? The Pixel definitely sold more than 5,000, for sure.
I'm going to be honest. I honestly think I might like the Essential phone better than the Pixel. But, I'm not really sure, how that's going to play out. Obviously, Essential is relatively new. I mean, but it has a similar kind of draw as the Pixel, where it's like, hey, it's a pure experience, and it's all, and that whole kind of thing. But in all honesty, I honestly think I like what they're doing with the Pixel, but I think the Essential phone is a little bit more interesting to me. I don't know if I'm the only one, but to me, it seems like that was a little bit more exciting than the Pixel 2. And the one thing in particular that really, plus the headphone jack, that got on my nerves about the Pixel 2, that everyone was saying oh, it has dual front-facing speakers, and it's the first Google phone to ever do that. And I'm like, Nexus 6P. Yeah. And everyone's forgetting about that, because there were some features that the 6P had that the Pixel didn't, and now we're getting those back in the Pixel 2, but then we're also losing things. So it just kind of feels weird, because I honestly think that, I think it would have been a better, from Google's perspective, the Pixel is a great idea, but I honestly think, personally, that I think they kind of should have stuck with the Nexus line, and then just kind of advertised it more, and then just kind of gotten it more out there. Because honestly, the 6P was a great phone, and so was, all the other Nexuses, but I feel like the Pixel just felt kind of lacking in comparison. The Pixel 2 makes up with it all on a lot of aspects, but it just feels kind of, empty. I don't really know how to describe it.
I
especially with
disagree
the
because
Essential phone.
I've disagreed because I had both phones, and for some reason I liked the Nexus. Don't get me wrong; it was my phone that I used most of the time when that came out. But the Pixel just felt more complete to me. It felt more polished. Maybe polished is the right word. And if you think
Yeah,
about what
maybe that's it. Yeah.
if you think
Like
about
optimized.
if you think about most
Apple.
people, if you think about the normal person, not like a tech nerd, what do they want? They want to be
Yeah.
able to make phone calls. They want to be able to send texts. They want a nice camera. They want something that's fast, and they want something that has a nice screen. And the Pixel does all of those things that a normal person will want. Does it have? And I agree. It doesn't have some of the extra features that Samsung gives
Yeah.
you. You know, Samsung, the Galaxy Note 8 is the complete phone. There's not going to be any phone that's as near perfect as the Note 8. But for a normal person, they're going to see the Pixel phone and the Note phone, and they'll like both of them. But I still think you can sell that Pixel phone to a normal, regular Joe who it doesn't want anything special. And I think that's the market
Yeah.
that they're going after. Because most Android phones, if you think about it, especially in the beginning, they were kind of like, hey, you can tinker with this and you can tinker with that, or you can customize this, and that wasn't for most people. They didn't take advantage of that. And Google's
Yeah, most consumers don't care about that.
Right, and
they just want something that works.
And that's what most people and the people that buy the most phones are the consumers. They're not me and you. You and I are a very small percentage. I said it last week. If the people that bought the most phones were the nerds, my views and everybody else's views would be in the tens of millions. I don't get a million views,
yeah,
but
definitely.
like 1 million. So it's very telling, and I think Google's doing a good job, and I'm very excited about this one. And someone asked me in the chat, and this I know you didn't ask me this, but somebody asked me in the chat, what's the phone of the year? And right now, I would have to say it's the Galaxy Note 8, without a doubt. I mean, I haven't tried the LG V30, but I've tried a lot of other phones, and the Note 8 is definitely the phone of the year. I know, and I know you haven't tried every phone either, GTA. But just off looks and
tried,
what you've seen, what do you think is the phone of the year?
I haven't tried the V30, but I just now tried the Note 8. I've tried the G6. I've tried the iPhone 8 and the S8. I haven't tried Pixel or Essential. Well, I tried the original Pixel, and I still like the Pixel, and I do like the iPhone 8 and everything, and I do obviously we're having this conversation, but people who aren't into tech, they're gonna see the Pixel, they're gonna see it next to the iPhone 8 and the S8, and those are maybe the only phones they're considering. Most people probably don't even know about the G6, and they probably barely know about the Pixel.
Right.
So. If they see it, and that's kind of my biggest thing is Samsung and Apple, everyone knows everyone knows those companies, no matter what. Whereas Google isn't as they're getting there, in how little they've been in their own smartphone game. Obviously, Google's a big company and everyone knows Google, but they don't really associate them with smartphones as much.
Yeah.
So I do kind of like how they're advertising the Pixel and everything, and how they're trying to kind of tie it together into an ecosystem kind of similar to what Apple does.
Yeah.
Because I think that there will be plenty of consumers who that will appeal to, and
let's talk about that. Let's finish it up.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the product, the synchronization of Google products. It's so smart because Apple already does it, and Google is a much bigger company, I believe, in terms of employees and knowledge power, because Apple's really just a hardware company. They
bought Apple, didn't they?
I know you like that. So, but listen, they have the Google Homes. They have 2 versions of that already. They actually have 3 versions by the end of the year. They have a laptop slash tablet. They have what else do they have coming out? They have that stupid little camera that I don't think anyone's going to buy. The one that you just set up and it takes random shots. They have all these products that just work with your Google devices, actually any Android device, and Apple only has devices that generally will just work with Apple products. So I think that Google getting into the part where all these products talk to each other, and the cool thing about Google products is they actually work with Apple phones and Apple iPads. So it's like they're infiltrating Apple to the point where I think Apple's going to be really hurt. And I think they're getting hurt because people are going to start going in droves, I think, more and more over to Android as time goes on. So we could be watching the slow.
I don't think
It's crazy to say, but this could be an ultra slow, because I know people love iPhones. An ultra slow, not demise, but a deflation of Apple's popularity over the next years to come because of what Google's doing.
Yeah, because like I will admit, like Apple, they're not going anywhere. And however, I do think that when it comes to a consumer who wants a product ecosystem, Apple, as of now, pretty much has the monopoly on that front. Because right now, at this moment, there is no ecosystem that matches Apple. However, Google is they're targeting it, and they're getting very close, considering how many ties they already have.
Right.
So definitely, I think even in a few short years, they could potentially put a dent in the average consumer who wants their devices tied together. But at the same time, it has a little bit more appeal than Apple because, Android is a more open platform. So even if the person isn't a tinkerer, there might just be some things they like that the iPhone can't do. And also, like, everyone uses Google. Yeah. Everybody. Well, not everyone uses iTunes. Not everyone uses Apple stuff, whatever their services are. But everybody uses Google. So you already have that deep integration with that ecosystem. It's just a matter of, buy a product or two and sync them together, and you're good to go.
Right. Well, man, it was an awesome call. I appreciate it. I'm going to get on
definitely.
to the next call, dude. Have a good night. I appreciate it.
You too. Peace.
Peace. He's funny. All right, let's go on to 971. I believe this is Liana. Liana. What's my name? Liana. What's my name?
Hello?
Hi, Liana. How are you?
I'm sick again.
Again? You're sick like 6 times a year. Is this like a recurring thing, or is this just like randomly happening?
No, I'm sick. Right now I'm taking prednisone for my asthma.
Ooh, well, I hope you feel better. And I saw your comment in there about wanting the iPhone 10, but I think last week when we spoke, you said you wanted the Note 8. So what's happening?
No, I did not say that. Remember, I did not say that. I said I'm sticking with my iPhone.
I don't remember. I remember I told you to do that. I don't remember you saying it, but if you said that, I'll believe you. So what's going on? What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I'm still sick. I already ordered my watch, and I'm waiting for it to come. And when the iPhone 10 comes out, I'm getting it.
Okay. What are you excited about for that new iPhone 10 that you can't already do with your iPhone 7 Plus?
Because there's some new features that the iPhone 7 Plus doesn't have.
Like everything that like everything that Android phones can already do. Is that what you're excited about?
Yeah.
I'm just playing. So you're excited about the face unlock, and you're probably excited about not having a home button and anything else?
Yeah, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be feeling much more better because I'm still waiting the results of my chest x-ray.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I hope you feel better. Let us know if everything works out okay. I hope it does. And anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, that's it. I'm just getting excited for my watch to come.
Well, I hope you get your watch quickly. I hope you get your iPhone 10 in November. Yes. And I hope your cold or whatever you have goes away very, very quickly.
Guess what color watch I ordered?
Rose gold.
No.
Black? I don't know.
Silver.
Well, I hope you enjoy your silver watch. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Oh.
All right, bye. That was Liana. She's sick. All right, yeah, before we get into the next call, if you guys want to support the show, guys, I already saw Justin Thomas just did Patreon. Justin Thomas, thank you so much, man. Signed up for Patreon as a supporter. That is an awesome way to support my show. It's just one of the many ways you can support what I do. Everything, if you want to sign up for Patreon, is linked in the description down below. All you got to do is click that link, sign up for Patreon. Another way is you can pick up a t-shirt. This t-shirt's linked in the description down below, or they're on Amazon. GregglesTV shirts. If you take a picture with that shirt, send it over to me, and I'll share it on my social media and in one of my news videos. Also, You can do Super Chat. Super Chat pushes you to the front of the line. I got a few calls lined up here. Super Chat will push you to the front of the line to be called, or it'll also just help support what I do, guys. It's that little $ where you're chatting. You click that, and then you can give a little donation for that. I get that money, so that would be a great way to support what I do. All right, so thank you so much for being with the show, guys, and let's get into the next call. We've got JR next, area code 773. Let's give him a call.
Hello?
JR, you're live on the show. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good, good. What state are you in?
What's that?
What state are you in? What state?
Oh, I'm in Chicago.
Okay,
Illinois.
man. Cool. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Well, I have a question because I got the S8. I pre-ordered it, so I got one of the earliest models. And about after a month, I started noticing screen burn, and not from always on display, but from navigation bar and status bar. And as time went on, I take public transit a lot, and I watch a lot of YouTube while I'm on public transit, but I always watch it in portrait mode. So I actually noticed screen burn as well from not the video itself, but all the description area and where you find other videos below it. So my question is, have you noticed any of that on the Note 8 at all? Because I know it's an issue, and there's apps out there, AMOLED screen burn fix, and videos on YouTube with flashing colors that'll give you seizures. And I've tried all that, and none of it has fixed it. And luckily, T-Mobile is actually replacing my phone for me because I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm about to upgrade to the Note 8 on Friday and give my wife the S8. And I just want to know if you've seen any of that on the Note 8, because I also experienced it on the S7 Edge.
I haven't noticed anything. I don't always have my phone's off. I don't notice it, no. I've never noticed it on any of my phones. And then I always sell my phones too afterwards. So, like, even if I didn't notice it when I sell my devices, I don't have anybody coming up to me. I mean, after I sell the phone, no one's ever been like, hey, you know what, this has screen burn in, and this is, it's an issue.
Yeah.
So I've never noticed it on any of my devices, never.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't worry about it, because I mean, ultimately your phone still works, obviously. I mean, and if you could, I guess you could always try. Have you tried going back to Samsung?
Oh, this is. Oh, well, I haven't gone Samsung directly because I go through T-Mobile for all my phones. I don't ever purchase directly.
No, I know. But I mean, in terms of like the screen burn-in issue, have you gone to like Samsung and said, hey, this is an issue. Like, what is going on with these phones?
No, I haven't, but I was thinking about it because I became a Samsung fan back when the Note Edge came out. It was the first Samsung I ever got, and the Edge display was all gimmicky, and I bought it,
Yeah.
And that's where I fell in love with Samsung and had no problems through the S5, the S6, and then S7 hits. I had a slight problem with it. Now I'm seeing it again, and I'm about to go drop money on the Note 8, where if it's a continual problem on some devices, and it's on the web, it's out there. I mean, you can Google search it's out there, where if they're going to continue having these screen issues where I have to replace a phone at least once or twice before I upgrade again, well, then I'm going to stop becoming a Samsung fan, because
Sorry about that, man. I thought I muted.
No, it's all right.
So, no, I hear you, man. I think that, yeah, I agree with you. I think if you're going to have that issue continually with Samsung devices, I would probably do the same thing. I probably wouldn't go back to Samsung. I would probably go to some other manufacturer. I mean, what are you like? Is there something you love about Samsung devices that would make you not want to go to an LG or a Pixel or even an iPhone?
Well, I played around with the LG back in the G3 days, and the AMOLED screen versus the LED screen, there's huge difference. The vibrancy, the colors, all that, it's a world of difference.
Yeah.
And another thing, too, is the brightness that you get outside in the daylight. If I put a Samsung on full brightness opposed to an LG LED, it's a world of difference. You know, I can see what I'm doing in the sunlight, and I can't.
Have you? But have you seen videos on the like Max Lee just did a? I don't know if you know Max Lee. Max Lee just did a video on the brightness of the outdoors, even of the LG V30 versus the new versus the Note 8, and they both have OLED displays. And the LG V30 actually performs better with viewing angles and brightness in there. So you should check it out.
Well,
I think you'll be surprised.
Well, and that's before I decided on the Note 8. I also saw reports and stuff about LG having the same kind of issues with their screen, where dead pixels and ghosting and stuff like that.
Right.
So at least I know what I'm getting into with Samsung, where I haven't been in the LG world for a few years, and if I'm going to go get the LG V30, which I did contemplate because it's a cheaper alternative, you know, to Samsung. But if those problems pop up right away on their first OLED screen, well, not their first. I know they did it on the G Flex and stuff, but it's been a while. I don't even want to fuck with it. Oh, sorry for the language. Okay. I don't want to mess with it, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. There's it sucks because I think you're gonna run into, there's always pluses and minuses to any phone manufacturer. You can go with the Pixel doesn't have enough quote unquote features, and the LG has boot loops and screens issues with the screen sometimes, and then Samsung has lag and has whatever else with it. So I don't think you're ever going to run into the perfect device, and I think you know that already. But yeah, I mean, but to go back to your original issue with burn-in, I personally haven't had any burn-in. I haven't really had any of my users that view my channel really complain about that, at least that I've seen. Maybe they haven't, I just didn't see it. But I wouldn't be worried about it, man. I think you'll be fine, ultimately.
Yeah. Well, and on that note, talking about a perfect device, last year, now I'm not a guy, I'm a blue-collar American. I can't afford to go dump money on phones. You know, I use my jump through T-Mobile. And one of the things that bothers me is I wanted the Pixel last year, and I wanted the Pixel this year, but because they're Verizon exclusive, I'm not going to be able to get the Pixel and try it out, you know?
Right.
And not only does that suck for a lot of users, because there's a lot of people on T-Mobile or Sprint or whoever that would like to try the phone, but they can't. They got to wait. They want to use their upgrade because it's the easiest method. And then, in my opinion, Google's screwing themselves out of a lot of money doing that. You know,
well,
so to me, the perfect phone would be a stock Android experience. But because of my financial situation, I'm not allowed to ever have the stock Android experience.
I know what you're saying. I just think that they're probably getting some kind of money from Verizon. Ultimately, they're probably getting a lot of money, and that would probably, they're probably estimating, you know, like how many phones would we actually sell on AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint versus just getting a nice little sweet deal with Verizon being the exclusive carrier. It's probably a better deal that way. I mean, at least I know it sucks, but at least we have the ability to actually get like an unlocked phone on and have it work on any carrier from Google. So even though, you know, some people have good credit, bad credit, whatever credit, at least we still have that the ability to get the phone. I mean, there's always ways to get a phone, obviously, and it's just obviously it's not going to be as easy as going to your carrier if you already have a deal with them and picking up a phone.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least we still have the option at the very least. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. I agree. Would it be cool if it was available on every carrier? Yeah, totally. I just don't think it would be hard for those. I just don't think people would buy it because, as you know, most people just buy Samsung and Apple phones, and that's it. Everything else is kind of like, it doesn't sell well in America.
Well, then that's where you go to these certain carriers. You go to T-Mobile. I'm sorry, I'm not buying an HTC. I'm not. Yeah. They're not up to standard with Samsung and Apple. I am not a fan of, going back to one of your previous phone calls, I'm not a fan of the Apple ecosystem. I did it back in the day with the iPod and iTunes and this and that. I couldn't get on board with it. You know, so I'm kind of trapped where at T-Mobile you have two top-tier phones. You have Apple or Samsung. You drop down to HTC, and then you're going Kyocera and all this other stuff, which we all know aren't the best option. You know, so I'm kind of locked. It's either Apple or Samsung. So I'm going Samsung regardless. You know,
Well,
a lot more freedom with Samsung.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to go wrong with it. You're not going to. Samsungs really are, like I said earlier in the show. It really is the everything phone. There's really nothing it can't do, and I've said it in videos that I made recently. It really is the everything phone. So, I mean, if you get it, you'll be happy, man. And you know that because you've had other Samsung devices in the past. But is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or anything else you wanted to say?
No, that's it, brother, and you answered my question. So
cool,
I'm
man.
Good.
Appreciate the call, dude. We'll talk soon.
All right, thanks.
All right,
brother.
later, brother.
Bye.
All right. Let's get into the next call. They want to talk. I don't even know if they want to talk. I'm just going to call them because they were talking about like screens and stuff. So let's give them a call. Do you guys use Twitch? I was thinking about doing a show on Twitch too to kind of like build the audience. You guys on Twitch? Do you guys use Twitch? Let me know if that would be something interesting. I don't even think they're going to pick up. They probably don't want me to call. Oh, it's Daniel, dude. Come on, Daniel. You want me to call.
We could not complete.
All right. Let's give the next person a call. 248. What's up, David Tucky? Who it is? Oh, it's Charlie.
Hey.
Charlie, how are you, dude?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Long time no talk since last week. I think we spoke last week.
know.
Yeah, because we hadn't talked. That's right. We talked last week, but we hadn't talked in a while since then, right? Am I right?
Right.
Right. What's going on, man? How are you? How's school going?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's all right.
You're on the new school,
You know,
right?
just-
Right?
Yeah.
Did you switch schools? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, nice, man. So how's your Galaxy S8? You have an S8 Plus, right? Or is it S8? I forget.
Yeah, S8 Plus.
How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's great. No issues really at all. I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Awesome. What do you want to talk about?
I haven't had any. I mean, seeing all the people with the new phones, having. I mean, it's only like 6 months old at this point, but it seems like 10 years by all the new phones that have come out.
It goes so friggin' fast. It's so fast.
I know. It's like there's nothing else to look forward to this year that's going to come out.
Yeah.
But mainly I wanted to talk about the iPhone X or 10 or whatever. Is the display, I mean, they're talking about how it's full screen experience. But you have that nasty bar at the top, and it's still a 16:9 phone.
Yeah.
So when you're watching content, it's blocking whatever it is. I mean, in the main UI and everything, it won't be blocking anything, but when you're watching third-party content, you'll see that because it's a 16:9 phone still.
Which phone did you say in the beginning? I missed it.
iPhone X.
iPhone X.
10.
Okay. So it's I thought it was. Is it 16:9 still? I thought it was 18.
Yeah, they kept it 16:9. So everything you watch is going to have that bar.
Okay.
And so I think, I mean, Apple has, endless resources.
What bar are you talking about? The bar at the top?
The top, yeah. That
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of, so it makes the screen even smaller. And that, let's see. Aspect ratio. I thought it was 18:9. Is it not?
I heard in a video I thought it was 16:9, but
Oh, no, it's 18:9. No, no, it doesn't. Wait a second. Oh, no, here we go. If we were to just... All right, in fact, in the top portion leaves a screen that's just... It has 18:5:9 aspect ratio if you were to just use 16:9. That's just on one screen. I think it does... I think it's both, basically. So if you keep it with the cutout, it's like 18:9 aspect ratio, but when you remove the cutout, you're right, it's like 16:9.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna lose some, and that's the thing is with these skinny phones when they're a little bit skinnier, the phones like don't you think the screens don't feel as big? Like you get that big screen on the phone you have now, but if that was a 16:9 aspect ratio, it would feel so much larger, the screen.
Right, exactly.
I wonder if we're gonna start seeing more people record content in 18:9 because it's weird. Televisions are still 16:9. I don't even think you can buy an 18:9 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy like monitors. I think LG makes an 18:9 aspect ratio monitor. They have for a while now, but it's not even 4K. It's like 2K. So I don't know what they're going to do with that because it creates this conundrum of when people create content that it's either going to be cut off at the end or it's going to be it's going to cut off the top of the person's head most likely on a phone. It's kind of sucks in a way that they've done this because now we need TVs that look 18:9, and if you had TVs that are 18:9, that might look even more weird. Maybe it would be normal, but I feel like it's going to look weird.
Yeah. Well, that'll eventually be the future.
What did you? I think we spoke about we talked about the Pixel last week, I believe. But what do you? We're getting down toward the end of the year, and I know the Pixel is not officially out, but and there's possibly maybe some other phone that will come out by HTC by the end of the year, and some other phone manufacturers like Razer. But out of the phones that are out now, and maybe even the iPhone X that'll come out, and also the Pixel 2, what would you consider the top 3 phones of the year, just based off what you've seen and what you like?
Note 8, V30, and Pixel 2 XL are just from seeing my top 3, I would say, of the year. Yeah,
I think that's fair to say. I think right now, without trying the Pixel, I would say the Note 8 is the best phone, and then I haven't tried the V30, but it looks very intriguing, so I think I'd go V30 number 2, and then if I had to pick a number 3, I might pick the HTC U11. There's a lot of things I really liked about it, but there's things I didn't really care for. The software was buggy, and the screen was a little bit too dim. But overall, that was a really, really nice phone. I liked it a lot. Those would probably be my top 3 right now. And I think once the Pixel comes out, I think it would be the Pixel would either be number 1 or number 2 versus the Note 8. So, yeah, man. What else? What else you got? Do you have anything else, or do you have any other questions or anything?
So the Pixel. So did you go for the XL or the regular one?
I went the Pixel 2 XL because I like bigger screens. Yeah, and plus the Pixel 2, the regular one, those bezels are so old looking. The 1080p.
Oh my
screen,
gosh, they're bigger than last year. I was shocked by how big those were.
It looks awful. It looks so dated. It
really does.
And it's funny, when I go back to my wife's Pixel phone, the screen is so yellow compared to some other phones that I've been using lately. So yellow.
My mom has a iPhone 6 Plus.
Yeah.
And when I use that, the giant bezels and the screen is really bad. Yeah. Coming out of my phone.
Right. It's weird.
It's just
the Pixel,
it is.
For me, the Pixel has not aged well in terms of the way it looks and the way the screen looks compared to the phones that are out this year. And I think people that upgrade from the Pixel to the Pixel 2 or Pixel 2 XL are going to be complete shock. Like my wife, she's not that excited about the Pixel 2 XL. She's getting it, but she's not that excited about it. But I think once she gets it, she's going to be like, damn, the original Pixels just feel so old and antique in a way. I think she'd be surprised. It's just I don't like going on her phone. It just feels old. Yeah. And it feels really square. It's strange. It just feels
right.
It doesn't feel modern at all. It aged really badly because of what Samsung has started off with these amazing looking phones right now. I think I've asked you this before, but are you getting any? I can't remember what you said. Have you been getting any lag with your S8 Plus?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I have. Like when I restart the phone, like after turning it off, the apps take a little bit to pop up. All of them kind of repopulate on the screen.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of an issue. I haven't really noticed much more.
That's good.
It's not like it's definitely not like a Pixel where it's like boom, 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 boom.
Right.
But it's not slow by any means at all.
Yeah. I mean, I wish you could. The other thing I wanted to ask you, because we spoke last week, is you were wanting to fix your upgrade when you could upgrade rather than every 2 years or 18 months, whatever it was, to every single year. What did you look into that more in the past week, or you didn't have the time, or?
So yeah, I definitely want to be able to upgrade. The 30-month plan has you upgrading every 24 months.
Yep.
Which I didn't realize at the time. So all I'll be able to think about when the S9 comes out and when the Note 9 comes out is getting, trying to get my way around it, which, I mean, carriers have too much power over that.
You can get out of it,
That's why
Charlie.
I think that T-Mobile Jump plan is really...
Right, it's cool. Hey, but you can get out of it, man. You know what you can do is, I mean, I know you don't have a job, but you can pay that thing off, sell it, and then hopefully you either break even or lose a little bit of money, and you could jump into another contract with another phone. So there are ways around it for sure. So I mean, don't give up hope. Try to figure that out. But yeah, otherwise you're gonna be missing out on some good phones. I think the S9 is gonna be a big phone. I think it's definitely going to improve. I don't think you're going to see I don't think you'll see lag anymore on Samsung phones from here on out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
I
with
mean,
the
after
increased
the
RAM,
Note 8 seems to be pretty lag free.
Yeah, I haven't had any lag on my phone, so that's I'm stoked about that. Super stoked, and that's one of the reasons I've loved this phone. And besides it having tons of features,
That's
it just
exciting.
is fast. Yeah, it's been awesome. It's an awesome phone. All right, Charlie, you got anything else?
Well, what was I going to say? I totally just forgot.
Well, you can think about it. You think about it. I'll answer some of the questions in my chat because it's kind of a slow day today in the chat on the phone. So let me go into the chat here, see what these guys are saying. When is the baby arriving and how's the wife doing? David, the baby is doing. Well, my wife is doing great. Baby is due December 12th, so I'm gonna my videos might get a little hectic back during when the baby's born, but hopefully not too crazy. Let's see. Pixel seems so much for a text to give.
Oh, I just remembered what I was going to ask. All right. So if you switch to another carrier, let's say if I'm on AT&T right now, so if we switch to T-Mobile, would they be willing to, pay off a certain amount of the phone? Like if you were to upgrade to whatever new phone was out at the time on that carrier?
I know they do have, let's see, switch carriers without early termination fees, no ETAs. Okay, so T-Mobile right now it says there's never been a better time to switch to T-Mobile. We'll even pay off your family's device payments and service contracts up to $650 or more per line via prepaid card when you get a new phone. So basically, they'll give you, they're not going to just give you $650. So say you owe $400 on the phone, they'll pay off that phone, so you'll get a $400 gift card basically after like a month or two. Or how long? I don't know how
so
long
you'll get to put that, you have to pay it off, but you'll get whatever you paid off toward the phone on T-Mobile.
Correct. You'll get it. They'll just send you a gift card for whatever amount that you'll have to give them your old phone, and they'll take that phone and then they'll pay off your contract. You'll pay off your phone. Yeah. So that's not too bad a deal. I mean, I think most of the carriers do that right now. They might not do it to that much money, but you can definitely at least get something so that you guys can switch over. But you got to make sure that T-Mobile's good in your area. Are you in Michigan? I forget what state you're in.
Michigan, yeah.
Michigan. Do you know if T-Mobile's good in your area?
In my neighborhood, I know a couple people at T-Mobile, and they say it's excellent.
Okay.
A couple of my neighbors have Sprint, and it's horrible.
Okay.
But T-Mobile seems to be great. Of course, the Verizon people brag about everything, but T-Mobile seems to be pretty good out here.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, just make sure that if you guys jump into something like that, that it works out for you, because otherwise, it'll you're going to run into a complete unhappiness with that. But yeah, I mean, you definitely have some options. Like I said, you can pay off your phone with AT&T, or you can switch over to T-Mobile or some other carrier if they have that option as well, and you can end up getting yourself, your whole family basically. You can all get new phones, whatever phone you guys want.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So if you could switch right now, or say 2 months from now, that way you have a better option for the Pixel if you wanted it. So 2 months from now you want to switch. Would you want to get the Pixel, or would you want to get the Note 8? Would you want to wait until next year's phones come out? What would you want to do?
I think I would go for that's a hard one. I think I'd go for the Pixel, honestly, just to try it out, you know. Because that seems so amazing, that smooth software.
Yeah, you would once you get into that, it's pretty tough to jump to anything else when you go back. Because even the Note 8 is very fast, it's lag free, but occasionally I'll see like a little bit of stutter in terms of like the animation. But it's not like for like it's not like for like a second or 2 seconds. It's like, an instant it's a fraction of a second, and you don't generally get that at all with a Pixel phone. So that's things like that you kind of get used to, and then when you go to a phone that actually has that kind of stutter, you see it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
So, all right, Charlie. Well, I appreciate the call, dude. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and definitely call in again, man.
All right, definitely. Have a great night.
You too. Later, bud.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. I don't have any calls in the queue. I know you guys. One of you guys asked me a question. Michael Bitter said, "Greggles, please help me. I hear the Note 8 is the popular vote, but my heart wants to try a Pixel 2 XL. I currently own a Note 8. Is it a bad decision to go for the Pixel XL?" Michael, that Pixel XL is amazing, dude. It looks awesome. I'm excited about it. You will not go wrong if you go with that phone. I think you'll be very, very happy with it. If you love the S Pen and you love a million features like the Note has, you might not like the Pixel, but the Pixel is going to be a badass phone for sure. A lot of you saying you're not getting lag with the Note 8, and that doesn't surprise me. And L Tiny's on his Note 8 watching me live and on eBay at the same time. My T-Mobile is Austin, all around Maryland. Good to know, Michael. LOL Corporation, turn off the animations in developer setting. Yeah, I do that. LOL Corporation. I like a little bit of animation because otherwise I think it looks pretty ugly. I have 0.5 animations turned on. Greg, what do you think about the Pixel Book? Karen, I was not excited about it. Now I'm kind of excited about it. I'm going to sell. If anyone wants to buy this, I will sell it to you. Looking for like 400 if I can get, because brand new it's 500 plus tax. So 400 for a perfect Galaxy Tab S3 with this crazy case and the original box and stuff. If you want to buy it, let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to sell that to help pay for the Pixel Book. I'm excited about the Pixel Book. I already have a MacBook, so I don't know if I need it, but I'll probably use it more as a tablet just because it has Android built in, so I'm excited about it. What is up, Phil? How about a shout out? Phil PJ Davis in the house. I believe Samsung's lag issues are from lack of software updates of all its extensive features and not the hardware. Yeah, it's definitely the software when you get lag with Samsung devices. What's up, Flip? Sanguine Sage, I'm totally in love with my Note 8. I think a lot of people are in love with that Note 8. Yeah, that's a good one, Michael. He should do Patreon. And if you guys want to do Patreon, it's linked down below. I know, right? Yeah, man. So, I don't think we hit a call. Okay, let's call this guy. 909. 808 bump. Put your hands up. Put your. Oh, I didn't even call. Damn. 909, you are next.
Hello, it's Weston.
Hey, Weston, it's Greg. You're live on the show. How's it going?
Oh, doing good, man. Just a big fan. Sorry, I had the wrong phone number. I texted you and I typed 3699 or 669, so 99.
Oh, no worries, man. Where are you on the road right now?
Yeah, I'm about to pull up at my house on my Note 8.
Oh, cool. What state are you in?
California.
Oh, okay. We're in California.
SoCal, about 45 minutes from LA.
Oh, okay. Like north or south?
South.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in San Diego. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, we're kind of close.
I live in Ontario.
Where do you live?
Hold on a second.
Okay. We'll enjoy this.
Yeah, I was saying I live in Ontario.
Oh, Ontario. Okay. I have my wife's family lives by there. So yeah, cool, man. What's on your mind today?
Just telling you have a great show. Get all my tech news from you. Then was able to get some info about your Note 8, where you're telling about make it faster and stuff. So it's been a big difference.
Yeah, man, it's cool when you can decrease those animations, and it makes the phone feel a lot faster. But how are you liking the Note 8 so far?
Really good. I was a big iPhone user. Got the first Android phone, the My Touch from T-Mobile. Then went back to iPhone. Then decided to get Samsung when the Note 5 came out, and just fell in love with that one. Then I got the S6 Edge. Then from there I got the Note 7, and that was a big old clutter. Then I went back to the iPhone 7 Plus. Then from there the Galaxy S8 came out with the no bezels. I'm like, oh sweet. Then has the OLED, and now I have the Note 8. I have the T-Mobile jump on demand, so I could jump like every 30 days if I want to. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, that's a really sweet deal. So so the Note 8's out. Do you notice a big difference in terms of performance? Like I've been saying, and other people have saying, do you notice that like there's no lag on this phone, or maybe you didn't have lag on the other Note phones or other Samsung phones? Have you noticed a big difference? 6 gigs of RAM, so we finally got like what they've been doing back in Europe and stuff, where they add extra gigs, and now they're showing some love for US. Yeah,
I think you got cut off a little bit there. So did you say the extra RAM helped? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the extra RAM helps a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was the big difference with the phones they've had now versus in the past, is that you get that extra 2 gigabytes of RAM, and it really pushes the phone over the edge. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the Note 8, or do you have any other questions about anything else?
Yeah, just like the I was looking at the Pixel, watching the event and stuff. Just not really impressed.
Yeah,
I think Samsung has their they know what the fans want. They want the headphone jacks. They want the big screens, and they seem to listen to the fans more instead of what other people want. So
right.
I think they're in the right direction. The screen is amazing.
Yep.
Only wish that they start getting the black bars off those apps soon. Like I have Clash Royale, and the thing's all like blown out now. I guess they're trying to fix it. But other than that, it's a good phone. I love the Edge feature with all the names and the apps, and have the cool Edge lighting when a text gets through.
Yep.
The only thing that bummers me out, though, is I can't customize the navigation bar anymore. They took off the color wheel.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they did that. Like now I have there's 4 colors. I want to make it, I think black or something, or white. I can't remember what color I want to make it, but it's like colors. My color's like gray. It's so weird. I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah.
that.
Then I downloaded the Samsung theme, and I made it red and red writing with all blacked out.
Okay.
So I like all that cool features and stuff too.
That's a good idea, actually, for a video. Is for you guys to send me your Galaxy Note 8 home screens. I'm gonna do a video on that. Thanks for giving me that idea.
Then I download the Edge. I download the Edge, and that's where I get all the high end wallpapers and stuff.
Okay.
So it's really customized out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much. That's the beauty of Samsung, is that they give you so much control over the phone and so many things that you can do with it to make it your phone rather than what they want you to look like. So it's a really nice device.
I have 2 more questions with the Samsung, where it's going. Do you think they're going to do stereo speakers next year? And also, when are we going to get Oreo?
Oreo, I wouldn't think they're going to get that until, probably January or February. I would guess, just from past performance when they get that stuff. As for, I forgot what your other question was now. What was it? Shoot. You asked me about Oreo.
Will it get stereo speakers next year?
Oh, I don't. God. I want to say yes, because they like to compete with Apple, and that's one thing that Apple still has over them is stereo speakers. I would say yeah, but I don't think they're going to do it on top of the display. I think they're going to do it, and if they do it on the top of the display, they're going to do it like Apple does, where you have one speaker on the bottom, and then you have the other speaker on the screen where the mic, where the air thing is, and that will do stereo speakers. But otherwise, I don't think they're going to do stereos. I mean, I think they will do stereo. They have to. That's the only thing that people can complain about, really, with Samsung phones at this point, is that it still has one speaker and it doesn't have two. I mean, hell,
it's so loud though.
They might go crazy and give us 4 speakers. You never know. They might put 2 speakers on the back, 2 on each side, and give you quad speakers, and that's like the newest thing that they do. So I won't be surprised if they do something wild like that. They have to. I mean, they don't have to, but it's just one thing to up the ante on Apple, or one thing to up the ante on everybody else in the industry. That would be it, is to do that many speakers.
Yeah.
So.
Then one more note. I watched a video on the iPhone 8, and the fast charging is a joke. I guess someone bought all the stuff for it, and they did it with the 7 Plus, and the 7 Plus charged at 1 hour and 59 minutes, and 8 Plus got 1 hour or 2 hours and like 30 minutes.
Well, I did a video the other day on the news about it, and it was different chargers, but ultimately, it's not a. You have to. The charger that they give you isn't even a fast charger. You have to buy another charger. So that's what I hate about Apple. It's like that's one of the reasons I left Apple. I was a big iPhone guy up to the iPhone 5, and I started to get super bored of it. And I'm like, dude, you have all these new features coming out in Android, and I know you want to make it perfect. I understand that, but at that point, Apple's so expensive in terms of everything you have to buy with the phone, whereas with Android, you get a fast charger. Samsung gives you a free wireless charger, and you just get so many more extras or things that you can buy inexpensively for Android and to make up the difference. So it's just one of the many things that piss me off about Apple.
And do you think Samsung, the tabs, do you think next year they'll finally go like the Infinity display that they're pushing for and stuff like that?
No, I don't. I think they're going to stop doing. You said tablets, right?
Yeah, the Samsung tablets that they're doing.
I don't think.
Or do you think it's going to do the?
I think they're going to
be like the Samsung X.
I think the Samsung X. I don't think they're going to make another tablet. I think they're going to do a lot of the lower end tablets like they have now, like the Tab A, Tab whatever they call it. I don't think they're going to make another Tab. I don't think they're going to make a Tab 4. I think they're going to do. I think that new hybrid phone tablet thing. I think that's going to be the direction they go in next with tablets, because I don't think their tablets sell very well, except for the inexpensive one. So I don't think they're going to put much effort into that anymore.
Yeah, I'll be getting the X too. And one thing about Samsung, they're way more innovative. And I think after Steve Jobs passed away, it's kind of sad, but I think they just fell.
Yeah, they haven't been very innovative in terms of what they've been coming out with. The way, I mean, you could say the iPhone 10 is probably the biggest jump in what they've been doing, but it already looks like every other Android phone that came out this year, and the features it has have been on Android for 3 years. Some of those features, so it's not anything to be excited about if you're an Android person. You'd look at that phone and laugh. iPhone people iPhone people don't look at Android stuff, so they're going to be like, oh my God, look at all this stuff it has now. This is crazy. So I think they'll still be excited, but the regular person that knows Android is going to be they're going to laugh at that phone.
Yeah, and the iPhone OLED screen, it seems like it's like 4 years of OLED because it's only 600 nits and have a crazy ratio.
Yeah, it's not. You're right. It's compare it to a Samsung phone spec for spec. The Samsung phones destroy it, and for the hardware anyway, except for the processor. But otherwise, it definitely doesn't compete with the devices we have now.
If iPhone was more customizable, besides jailbreaking it, like moving the apps a certain way instead of all knit on a screen, like I'll probably go back. But
I don't know why I don't know why they don't do that. They should release a device that, if you don't want to touch it, or right when you turn it on the phone, this is the way it looks. Or if you want to mess with customizing this phone and doing it the way you want it, here's a setting that you just go into settings to turn it on and you make it the way you want. I don't know why they don't do it. It doesn't make sense to me.
And the neat thing too, I could run like Kodi on it. I have uTorrents. I could download movies.
Yeah.
And you can't even do that on Apple. Apple is so stingy with their apps. So.
I don't foresee Apple allowing that ever. I do see them doing customization over the next couple of years, because I think they have to. But other than that, you're right. It's night and day a lot of the time. So, all right, man. I'm gonna let
All
you
right,
go
Greg.
because that
All right, Greg.
train's loud. All right, man.
All right,
Good
Greg,
talking
have
to
a
you.
good one and stay blessed.
You too, bro. Later, bro.
All right, later.
I couldn't get the word brother out of my mouth. Later, brother, I should have said. Anyways, guys, I think that's. Let me see what we got. Oh man, it's all this. How do you make? All right, I don't know what this. What is this person asked? They're sending me. Flip is asking me, do you know how to make my new texts on top of my list? My texts stay put when I get a new text. I am watching now. Flip, I don't know what you mean. Do you know how to make my new texts on top of the list? They should just automatically go there. Flip, I don't know what app you use, if you use the Samsung app or not. I like Android Messages. I think that's the best text messaging app. It's fast. They're constantly adding and updating the features. You can't really theme it at all like you can with some of the other text messaging apps, but I like it. It just works and it's fast. So I'm not really sure what you mean by it doesn't make it to the top. So I would assume just I don't know. I would look in the settings, but I'm not sure. All right, guys. Well, that is it. That's the show for tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the support. Greggle, which would you pick, Samsung Chromebook or Pixelbook? Karen, I'd pick the Pixelbook, no doubt. I've tried the Samsung Chromebook Plus, and it was okay, but I would take the Pixelbook over it. I think it's going to be better overall. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. David Stevens dropping a deuce before I drop a deuce. Thank you so much, man. That's super, super cool. Thank you so much. Very, very nice surprise before I sign off. But anyways, guys, hi, David, by the way. So thanks for hanging out with me. If you ever have any questions, I don't know. I do live shows about once a week. I'd like to do them more often, but between making videos every day, 2 videos every day, and going to work and all this other stuff, it's tough to come up with that time. So I like to do it at least once a week to get talking with you guys. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you down the road. Peace.